Hey everybody, you know it, Jiggin Jerry here. Well, I will tell you, the month of September 2019 here in the Lowcountry started out pretty hectic. We had threats of hurricanes like this here come really close, caused a lot of damage and took a lot of time away from fishing here in the Lowcountry. It caused a lot of power outages, street lights out, bad accidents like this one here. It was a little rough, but all in all, I think it all turned out great. Before you know it, people were back out on their kayaks, and there were adults and children fishing just like this right here. It's not his fault, it's pretty windy out here. Fantastic. What kind of fish is that? Is that a pinfish? Well, the young man tried to be all serious for the camera, but he couldn't help it. He pulled off a smirk and a giggle anyway, and before you know it, he was catching pinfish left and right. Fantastic. Well, things were definitely looking up after all those storms and that bad weather. The mullet was still running. Needlefish was schooled up along with other fish trying to ambush them. And wonderful to see, manatees were all calm, cool, and collective out there in the Charleston Harbor by the Mount Pleasant Pier, feeding on sea lettuce and just hanging out. And what were we getting into for fish this time of year? Check this out. rock out. Just get that hook off. There you go. Camera here. Camera's all tilted. Didn't want to work with me. Saw him chasing a school of mullet, so I threw in there. I thought it was red drum at first. Turned out to be these boys, but it was sure fun catching him. Look at that nice hookup right to the top of the nose. Whew.
It's so funny.
These are the days redfish rumble. I love September and October here on the pier. Get to fight these big boys. Thank you. Beauty.
That looks like.
Now, after catching a red drum, you need to know how to properly release a red drum. Now, the Mount Pleasant Pier is not that high off the water, but the water is very shallow. It is a flat out here, and unfortunately, there's a lot of rebar and steel all over the place from the old Cooper River bridges that they left in here, which is dangerous to the fish and the environment because it's an obstruction of a bunch of steel bars that poke and stab everything. So you want to lower your fish back into the water and shake him up and down slowly, let him get oxygen back in his gills until he is ready to release, then drop the net down low and he will swim off. All right. Come on, go. Out. Here you go. And he's off. That's how you revive red drum. Well, as you can see on the Mount Pleasant Pier here in the Charleston Harbor in the Lowcountry, I have been able to catch red drum, flounder, spotted seatrout, jack gravel. It's been pretty good. I've also been able to get into some nice size sheepshead. And no problem, some nice keepers like this and some nice large ones up to 20 inches and bigger. But Mount Pleasant's not the only place I've been fishing. I've been going out on my canoe with friends, getting into some small trout amongst other things. But I have to admit, I think that dock fishing has been my favorite. It's not a workout like the canoe or the kayak is. Just not as much exercise and energy needed. Come and go as I please, just like the Mount Pleasant Pier. But I can target a lot of species, especially this time of year, red drum.
There you go. Come to me just like a good boy.
Nice hookup right in the corner. Okay. This time. Wow, that big red drum got away from Steve that time. Can't land them all. Anyway, while Steve and I were fishing out there on the creek, DNR pulled up in a boat, which is a good thing because DNR comes out and lets us know that there are rules and regulations, and they want to check for those fishing licenses and make sure you are abiding by the law. And that's a fantastic thing because there's a lot of people that do not. So just remember when you're out on these creeks, try to make sure you have a fishing license. Try to obey those fishing laws and boating laws because DNR's out there. All right? Well, all right. Myself and others enjoyed catching all those inshore species, especially inshore slam, which is red drum, spotted sea trout, and flounder. If you want a super slam, add some sheepshead to the mix. Anyway, hey, just remember we are coming into October. In October, the Folly Pier lights up this time of year for a big bull reds. I'm talking about red drum exceeding 40 inches. So, hey, get ready for the season. It fires up in October for red drum. Anyway, that's it for the show. To all my fans out there, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. For those of you watching for the first time, do not forget there is a subscribe button. It only lets you know when I have more shows available. And like I always say, good luck out there and have fun fishing. Take care.